Hi, I'm Stefan.
Hi, I'm Julia.
And today we're going to talk about 12 pieces of equipment that are essential when you're a new homesteader.
That's right. And we're going to mention 5 pieces of equipment that you probably don't need.
Number 1, a riding mower or a little tractor. See, I got 10 acres. That's a lot to manage, a lot of grass to cut, and a lot of stuff to haul, move around, whatever. A nice little riding mower. This is pretty much as small as you can get away with. In the future, we might be looking to get it even bigger, but for now, that's what we're starting with. Number 2, chainsaw and safety equipment. Primarily for cutting wood, firewood, also dying or rotting trees, and invasive species of trees that you want off. I've got 10 acres here of tree line. You're gonna have to do a lot of trimming and cleaning up. You just can't get away without a good, powerful, well-reputable chainsaw. Adding on to basic tools you need, kind of like an extension to the chainsaw or my power tools, is a gas-powered trimmer with interchangeable heads. Right now I have blades on it, but you can put a full saw. I also have an attachment for the basic weed. This is, again, to keep everything nice and trim and clean around your property.
Number 3, garden tools. This is our gardening shed where we keep things like rakes, shovels, our wheelbarrow. These are key gardening supplies that you're going to need to be able to manage your garden.
Number 4, basic power tools. And welcome to my workshop area. I picked the ugliest and smelliest room in the house that we weren't possibly going to use for anything other than probably storage, and I made it a workroom. Let's face it, we're on a 10-acre property. I'm going to do a lot of projects and fix-ups on my own. So number 1, you're going to learn how to do a lot of things, and you're going to save a lot of money by doing it on your own, making you a more useful person in those kind of skills. I've got myself miner saws, table saws, drill, of course, all the drill bits you need, and of course every single screwdriver and plier in the world.
Number 5, an irrigation system. That first year on your homestead, you might be willing to hand water your entire garden, but you'll quickly find that that gets real old real fast. An irrigation system is key for a large garden. Number 6, your own incubator for incubating eggs. When we lived in the suburb, we originally got this small incubator, which requires you to manually move your eggs several times a day. Not the most practical, but it was super fun hatching our own chicks. We'll show you footage here of how Sammy hatched in this incubator, our firstborn chick. But eventually, really quickly, you're gonna wanna upgrade to an automatic incubator that automatically rotates the eggs for you. Something like this we're gonna be using this year, and it comes with different tray sizes for different size egg. Whether you're hatching quail, chicken, duck, or goose eggs, you'll be good to go with this incubator. Number 7, a chicken coop. Almost all homesteaders want chickens for eggs, and contrary to what some TikToks might have you believe, chickens don't make the best indoor pets for most people. So get yourself a good chicken coop.
Number 8, a rain barrel. Obviously we don't have this yet because we moved in right before winter, and the precipitation outside is different. As snow, we're not going to collect snow, but it's to collect rainwater. And this is way more efficient and sustainable for feeding your plants with good water. The rain barrel is just a giant bucket we put at the bottom of our eavesdrops, which is what surrounds the perimeter of our roof and collects the water to send it away. It puts that controlled in a bucket. We just collect it on each end. Number 9, livestock fencing, to keep your livestock in and predators out. We got a big pasture here and you want to keep them all contained. What every barn needs is a nice attic. Number 10, hay bale, equipment, and storage space. A lot of our animals will be consuming hay. You just want to make sure you have a nice, dry, workable space to store it efficiently. We can't wait to try our new pulley system this summer when we got to restock. Number 11, a generator. You see, we get all our power for our house on what they call the grid, which is the giant system that all members of society are connected upon to get the same power. We want to get that power independently from that system. We're still, work in progress with a company to have this installed. Essentially, I'm going to have a separate breaker panel over here, powering certain things that are essentials in case this stops working. This panel will be connected to a generator outside, which will run out of propane, gas, or battery. And we will have certain wires relayed to this one water pump, certain outlets for our internet and our freezers, things we can't have lose power or we're going to lose what's in them, as well as other whatever we choose to be essential at that time, certain lights. And it'll have these breaker panels individualized so I can decide what gets power off that generator. It's a good way to be independent from, of course, the grid. For 12, it's going to be for a heat source. Now, we live in a northern climate. For example, last week, it was -30 to -20 consistently for over 5 days. Now, this is normal, okay? What we talked about earlier, a generator system for power can't sustain something as heavy as our electric furnace. You actually want to go down in tech because the best technology is transparent technology, and I prefer extremely low technology. That's why we're going to install what we have right now is our temporary gym. We're going to have a wood stove that will be high efficiency and will actually connect to our central air system and will actually heat our whole house with using the fuel that is the best accessible to us here, the woods, the forest, wood we can chop and curate ourselves. We're using this spot because it's in the basement. It's better. The wood stove will actually heat more of the house as it rises. Our bedroom is directly on top of this corner, as well as our essentials, such as our furnace and water well is behind this wall. So if we want to prevent things from freezing at -30, those are the essentials that we need to protect first. So the wood stove would go here. Plus, in here, in this bulkhead, is actually the hot air outtake from the furnace. We can connect direct piping, not from the smoke, but from the heat that will connect to our central air, making this spot where we think the wood stove is going to go in a few weeks. And now for 5 items that you want to avoid purchasing or getting. Number 1, cheap or low quality items, okay? Let's face it, you're going to use these items for a long time. Get something reliable and dependable as opposed to just trying to be cost effective and getting something cheap that will, 1, not protect you and may break down and make you spend more on the long term.
Number 2, tools you don't have a specific use for. If you cannot see right away where and when you are going to use that tool, we recommend not buying it.
Number 3, overly specialized tool. This one's different. You see, don't buy a high-powered auger if you're going to use it once and have it sit in your garage or your shed for 20 years. Maybe borrow it, rent it, or sell it right after if that's the case.
Number 4, super high-tech gadgets and toys. When we originally were moving to our homestead, we thought we for sure would need a $30,000 gator to be able to do anything around here. And I'm so grateful we waited before making that super expensive purchase. Once you get on your homestead, your priorities might change. You might suddenly realize you really need something that's essential that costs a lot of money, and you might have to redirect those funds from those super high-tech expensive gadgets to some essential items that you really need. You are almost certainly going to have some unexpected expenses. So if there's really expensive things that you want to buy, hold off, wait a bit, see if you actually need them. Wait till you've been on your homestead for 6 to 12 months and you've figured out what unexpected costs might arise. And then if you have disposable income after and you find you still need that super high-tech gadget or toy, go ahead. But don't make it your first purchase. Number 5, certain gas-powered tools. Now, I know we just showed you a bunch of gas-powered tools and we said that those are essential. And oftentimes you will need gas-powered tools. But do your research first. If you are able to find a solar-powered option or an off-grid option that allows you to not use energy, maybe it's manually powered, maybe it doesn't require any energy at all to use, that is going to be a better option for you than certain gas-powered tools. And so, for example, in our case, because we have a well that goes very, very deep and we need to move very heavy water up several hundred feet, we do need a gas-powered generator. However, if you're in a situation where you don't have to move so much water so far, you might be able to get away with certain high-powered solar generators. It depends really what you need to power. So look into your options and try to consider non-gas powered tools as much as possible.
If you ask me, I would have added Barn Cat as one of those essential tools. Thanks for watching. Those are some of the essentials and some of the not necessary that we wanted to put down. And if you like this video, check out the next one. It's about the best chicken coops in urban settings.